All right, welcome. This is The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, with my co-host, Pastor John McLean.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our after Christmas show.
I know this is special. It's kind of like the holiday special edition because even though we're out of Christmas, still got New Year around the corner. The spirit's still in the air. So
Right. Yeah.
I
You have
feel
those 2 weeks of the holidays where not a lot of stuff happens, not a lot of business happens. Yeah.
Except for you real busy people. Actually, I want to thank you and the guests we have today. Like you guys, I don't know if you guys have days off, but the rest of
No.
us are enjoying it quite a bit.
Our
Yeah.
wives don't let us have days off.
We do
understand.
not get days off.
Tell us about it.
Yes. And the voice that you're hearing right now is Will Pena from Tucson Pack and Ship.
Thanks for having me on again, guys. Good
Yeah.
to see you guys.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Well, we're past Christmas, so
Yeah,
hey, let's look forward to the new year.
that's right. This is our last show of the year.
Wow.
I know.
Went
I
by
know.
quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
I know. I feel like, we've talked about so much yet so little this year. We've had you on the show 5 or 6 times. We've kind of discussed a lot of different things, but I feel like probably of all the shows we've had, this is going to be a really special one because you've done a lot this year that we can kind of go over. And then going into the end of this year, it seemed like you really kind of ratcheted up on what it seems like I've learned to be the culture of Tucson Pack and Ship, or you and the people that are around you, and I guess the people that are around us of giving, because I think we initially met at ICS with the food giveaway, even more than kind of the networking communities. But without me kind of just gushing over you too much, you speak to some of that, like that, just what your years look like for Tucson Pack and Ship and your people, and then what the ending up the year was like for you.
Yeah, well, the year started off with us in a really my mission to begin the year 2024 is we really wanted to give. We wanted to give back. We really wanted to concentrate a lot on helping and becoming just more of a part of our community.
Right.
And so we got involved in a few projects,
Yeah.
culminating in this past, Saturday's toy giveaway with Milagro en el Barrio, where we were able to give over 4,000 toys to over 2,000 kids.
Yeah.
And it was...
I saw some of the pictures and videos and everything.
Yeah.
It was
Impressive.
incredible.
It was
Yeah.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, I invited some people out just to kind of witness, to help out, but it was more just to see what it's like. And let me tell you, man, a couple of those people that I invited, they left in tears. Just seeing the kids and the parents and everybody come together and really show what the season's really about. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I in testament to kind of what Ron was saying, from what I could see from the pictures or the video, like it was an operation. Like there was a lot that went into that, yet it was still kind of a humble affair. So, but speak to it a little bit, just kind of like paint a picture in the mind of the listeners of what that event was about. Kind of what being there looked like and felt like.
Yeah, this event it's about 17 years old. They've been doing it a while. Steve
Okay.
Nunez
Has he been doing it
has
the
been
whole
doing
time?
it. Yes, he's been doing it the whole
wow,
time.
Okay.
And we, although it's been going on for so long, this year was a little bit different because this is the first year where Steve took it on his own. And we really a lot of it was starting from scratch again.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have all those same contacts that he had from before.
Right.
And we, just kind of had to build the new team up on this. And, when he asked me to join him on this, we just,
Yeah.
we just went head on with it, and we talked to people. I mean, our community is so great. And I know you guys have dealt with this community for a long time as well. People just step up.
Yeah.
And, and it showed. It just, you never really know how the event's going to go until you're there. And let me tell you, it was it just smooth, and everybody was having a good time.
Mm.
And we were able to really get the kids, give them hope, give them joy,
Right.
Mhm.
show them love. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It
It
was
seems
really
like
awesome.
literally Steve was out knocking on doors,
He was
going-
yeah.
business to business. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was people that he knew, his contacts that he
Right.
had, but he was
Right.
just all over Tucson.
I mean, yeah, there's so much things that go on behind the scenes on putting one of these things on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For
there's-
months and months.
Yeah, months.
Yeah.
It's logistics. You got to pick up the toys. You have to
All
get
the drop-offs,
trucks,
yeah.
the drop-offs. You
Mhm.
got to get volunteers for all this.
Right.
And he got it together. He did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably slept for the next 2 days
Yeah.
afterwards
I can
because
imagine.
Can't blame him.
but the morning of, I was getting texts from him at 3 a.m.
Mm.
Oh, wow. He
You
was
know,
pumped. He was
yeah,
ready.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
ready, and he was texting me all kinds of things at 3 a.m. And of course, I saw him at 6 when I got up because I
Mm.
wasn't awake at 3.
Yeah.
No. He slept in.
I slept in a bit all the way to 6 o'clock. Man, it was awesome.
Cleared out your eyes. Did he really text me at 3 o'clock in the morning? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, it was great though.
Mm.
We had the toy drives that we had. It was great. We collected probably just at my location anywhere between 200 and 300 toys.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
And thanks to Picture Rocks and a lot of companies, as is yours that
Yeah.
donated to us. It was great.
You actually had Buddy the Elf drop off some
Buddy
toys.
the Elf,
Mm.
yes. And Bud, let me tell you, Buddy was spot on. Man. He was,
Yes.
he was. Somebody was paying him to be there.
Buddy,
Right.
the, Buddy the Tank.
Buddy
Yes,
the
indeed.
Yeah, it was amazing, man.
Yeah.
When Buddy walked in, I about lost it.
Yeah.
I did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was one of those great tension breakers in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And if you guys want to know the inside joke, you're gonna have to go to the Tucson Pack and Ship Facebook page to see the Buddy the Elf that stopped by Tucson Pack and Ship.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He was great.
So tell us a little bit about Christmas in Will Peña's household. What do you guys do?
Well, I come from a pretty large family,
Okay.
and we were able to, Christmas Eve we got together at my sister's house. Lives down in Casa Grande.
Oh, okay.
My mom,
too far away.
My mom is still with us. She'll be 95 in January.
Wow.
Nice.
So she's still, she's still the matriarch of
Yeah.
of the Big Peña family.
Mm.
Good, good.
So we, my brothers and sisters, we all got together there Christmas Eve, and we had dinner there. We had a really good time.
Nice.
Nice.
We came home Christmas Day. We have my wife and I, we have 3 kids of our own,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all adults growing up with their own families, and we just go, in the morning we go to one household, then we
Mm.
go for lunch, we go to another, for dinner we go to another.
Oh, wow.
We
That's cool.
visit all of them and
Yeah.
and just spend Christmas that way. That's kind of been our tradition for a few years now.
Good.
Yeah, we had a good
Yeah.
time. Blessed.
Yeah.
Really blessed. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
That's awesome. And going into the new year for, I guess to remind people, what Tucson Pack and Ship does and like how they can best utilize you. What does the new year look like for Tucson Pack and Ship, and how can people kind of use your service to the best of their ability?
Well, we are planning a few things on the business end of it. We're going to continue to have what we've already got. I'm really making a tongue twister out of this guy.
I like this.
So,
I like
yeah.
this is fun. I'm
Yeah,
going to
no,
say it
right,
backwards later.
Right? If you play this on the reel backwards, no.
We'll sing Merry Christmas to you.
Right, exactly. We're going to be doing the mailboxes and the
Mhm.
printing, the packing, the shipping, all of that. We're going to try and step up a little bit with a few things, a little bit more of the concierge type stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually going out and picking up more packages to be
Mhm.
shipped.
Mm.
And we're making some associations with some different auction houses and some different places that do shipping of small, delicate things.
Yeah.
That we're gonna, really work on. So that's
Nice.
one of the things we're going on right now.
That's pretty cool.
We're also going to we're working on bringing in to add fingerprinting.
Mm.
You know, we're looking to add. There's one other one that I can't announce yet.
Okay.
Okay.
That one's gonna have to wait until the new year.
Top secret.
Okay.
Till
It's
the-
top
till the
secret,
contract
Till we
is
get our
signed.
clearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm ready. I will never make it, but at least Ron will be able to know.
Right.
So, where is Tucson Pack and Ship located, and how do they get a hold of you?
Well, we are conveniently located on the corner of Irvington and 12th, right in that Little Mexico restaurant plaza, right next to Estrella Insurance. Great insurance.
Oh,
place,
yeah.
by the
I
way.
heard the best.
Yeah, they do some
they are.
good work down there. So yeah, you can get a hold of us. Online is the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
It's going to be packandshiptucson.com.
All right. Well, thank you, Will. Thank you for joining us. It's
Hey.
always a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Tucson Pack and Ship, Piper Family Painting, Tucson Tamale, Steamy Concepts, and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Absolutely. And go to commongoodtucson.com to find out more about the show, as well as veteranrescuemission.org to find out about the work that we do to help homeless and help homeless veterans. We'll be right back. And we're back to the guys next door, brought to you by the one and only Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I am Pastor John McClain of Veteran Rescue Mission, here with the coolest guy in Tucson, Mr. Ron Arenas with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Are you the one that sings it on the
I'm the
commercial?
one that you recognize
okay.
that voice?
Yeah, I recognize
That's me. Yeah, and today we have, a fast friend, but definitely quickly going to the top of the list, because I initially was actually introduced to him by one of my mentors. His name is Dr. Dan Ranieri. He is the president and CEO of La Frontera, which is one of the major social service agency in Arizona. And when we met, not only was I impressed by this man's stature and apparently his ability to play basketball, but by the work that he's been doing for years here in Tucson, and certainly this mission that's God put on recently of helping kids aging out of foster care, particularly, and why we were kind of introduced to each other, using alternative housing models to do that. And his particularly is around cargo containers and what other actually cargo containers, what I know them as, but just kind of using those type of models. And most recently he took me to and gave me a tour of the one they have completed, which is beautiful. I mean, just as nice as any house I've seen, particularly like if it's supposed to be an alternative to a studio apartment. It's much nicer in a studio apartment, in my opinion. And also, and not to kind of just belabor how amazing he is, he was welcomed me at their church as one of the sites for our march. So that was the day 2 of where we actually slept. The group of us was at Bethlehem Community Baptist Church. So it was, I say all that to say, welcome to the show, Brian Benz of, I'll say the short name, Holistic Transformation, and you can correct me again because I don't want to butcher it. So please.
First of all, John, thank you very much for the kind introduction, and I'll try to live up to about half of what you're saying.
At least the basketball part, please.
Yeah. The basketball part, I'm afraid, is in the rearview mirror. But anyway, holistic transformation, changing hearts, minds, and communities. And as we were developing this, people said, well, that's too long a name. And I said it is. But my passion and what's driving me is our desire to make a difference. And I think so many good people are doing good things, but I would put them in the category of relief type issues. And what I would go to say is if someone's heart and mind don't change, then you're not going to have transformation, or you're not going to have lasting transformation. And so everything that we do, the question is how is this going to lead to a changed heart and changed mind? As John mentioned, we call them shipping containers. And so we're taking shipping containers, and actually the ones that we're using or we're on the wall. And so our former governor
wow.
built
Okay.
3.5 miles of a wall between Mexico and Arizona.
Right.
The federal government stepped in and said you need to take them down. And so at one point, the state of Arizona owned like 2,500 shipping containers. And so we are repurposing these. It's our opinion that they were something that was hindering human development, and we're repurposing them into something to further human development. And so, as John said, our target audience with this first community is 18 to 21-year-olds aging out of the foster care system.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, I should have probably prepped you for that beforehand, because that's a lot of information
It is,
to take
yeah.
in.
But I mean, I think for the most part, the kids that come out of the foster care system, they don't have anywhere to go. They're just kind of released, right?
Right.
And, they're released into society, and they really don't know which is the next step for them to go.
Right. And so, yeah, the sadness and what got me into it is you realize what's happening to these young people, really what I would say through no fault of their own.
Mm-hmm.
So you're 5, 6, 7 years old, the state of Arizona case manager shows up at your house with a garbage sack and says, put everything you have in it,
Yeah.
and they take you away from the people that are supposed to love you.
Right.
There's just tremendous amount of trauma that's experienced, and some of the things that I share, almost 50% of them by age 54 will be incarcerated. Almost 50% will be unemployed. Almost 50% are homeless. 77% of the young women between age 18 and 21 will become pregnant.
Wow.
And so really what we have a prevention model.
Yeah.
And so the model is to prevent homelessness. The model is to prevent incarceration, unemployment. And so that's what we're trying to do. I think one of the things that makes us unique is each person will have their own house. It's a 320 square foot house. Love to give tours, so you can reach out to me, and love to be able to show it to you. And then the other thing that we're doing is, so we have the church you mentioned, Bethel Community Baptist Church, donated 2 lots, and so we have plans for 12 houses. 2 houses will be inhabited by what we call resident navigators.
Okay.
And those are grown-ups.
Right.
And their job in life is to help rebuild relationships, community, and then to work with the young people to find the resources that they need: financial literacy, life skill development, workforce development, school, finishing high school or college, behavior health, all the things that these young people need in order to develop into responsible people. And so Holistic Transformation is not trying to provide those services. We're just trying to connect with the experts that already exist.
Okay. Is there any state funding that's helping you out, or is this all donation based?
Well, we did, yeah. We're excited. We did receive a $10,000 grant from Arizona Housing Coalition earlier this year, and probably the big news is we did receive a $93,000 grant from the Federal Home Loan Bank.
Oh, great.
We received $5,000 here from the Arizona Diamondback Foundation. So we're churches probably are the biggest supporters, individuals, and then again the grant are big. We just finished applying for a $250,000 grant from the Arizona Diamondbacks, which would allow us to complete phase 1.
And what would you say are like the biggest needs or the biggest ways that the public can kind of lend support or lean in on the project?
So I think that as part of this $93,000 grant, we are beginning putting together a mentoring team, and it actually is, we're required to connect with 128 16 to 17-year-olds that are living in foster care. So one way is mentoring, to be part of the mentoring team. Another way is if you have construction skills or desire. Literally Thursday at 2 o'clock, we're going to be at the Arizona Lutheran Church on 115 North Tucson Boulevard, and they've donated 52 solar panels to us. And so we're going to take the solar panels down and move them over to our location, which is about 6 blocks away.
That's awesome.
And so then as we, and then obviously we can't forget money.
Yeah.
You know, we need, the next big part of it is to build the 12 houses is about a $500,000 investment. So trying to raise that. And what I like to tell people is 2024 has been an amazing year. I feel like I've climbed a 14,000 foot peak. Now the problem is that I'm in Colorado and in 2025 I need to climb a 16,000
Oh wow.
peak.
Yeah.
So we've come so far, and we have so far to go. We're a faith-based organization, and so we just say God has provided, and God will continue to provide. Is my belief.
Awesome. And how can people donate or people get a hold of you guys if they want to do so?
So our website is holistictransformationtucson.org. So you can go to the website. You can reach out to me. My phone number is 520-907-3763, and we'd love to connect and find ways. Depending on what your interest is, there's ways we could you could be a part of this. And so our passion is for a citywide community to come alongside. The big vision is that we would have communities like this throughout our city, throughout our state, actually throughout the United States. I'm excited. I'm headed up to Spokane, Washington after the first of the year there's an interest up there. So
So this is
That's
almost like a
awesome.
pilot program.
yeah, it's a pilot
Yeah.
program. It's a laboratory. And again, we're focused on prevention.
Yeah.
And we're focused on transformation, hearts and minds, and realizing God is actually the one who does it. But we need to think of development, not of relief.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Tucson Tamale, Tucson Pack and Ship, Piper Family Painting, Steamy Concepts, and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Yeah, and I hope you guys all had a good Christmas, have a good holiday season, take it easy, be careful for the New Year's, and God bless. This is The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cleaning and Plumbing. I'm Pastor John McLean, here with the coolest guy in Tucson, Ron Arenas. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, we'll be back next year.